Good morning, traders. God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard. I am your host for this pre-market session. This morning, things are a little bit slow. We're going to be sorted by volume spike indicator. You just simply click on the name to sort by the volume spike. We'll be watching for spikes in these numbers for anything that's moving. Once we see a spike, we will come over here and check the current bar volume, make sure there's enough volume to get in and get out safely. What I mean by that is high volume flow. It's not a specific number. It's just that there's a lot of volume ticking by. Once we have that, we confirm that the moving averages are crossed over. This is the 5, this is the 13, and usually when they're spiking, they will be crossed over. We watch for these white arrows to come in. Those are volume increases of the buyers. It lets us know that there's more buyers coming into the stock. I'll be marking support and resistance levels. For instance, when this price stops rising, I will mark a resistance level. When the candle pulls back and it starts going back up, I will mark support. Support is where you want to plan your entry, providing that this dominator master indicator has green bars. That's the buyers coming in. And that this my blessing indicator is trending upwards. This is the trend of the stock. These are the buyers and sellers. So we'd like to see these two lines moving up as well. Once we confirm that, everything is lined up. We have a spike. We have enough volume. It's crossed over. We see these arrows green and these indicators are pointing up. We want to plan our entry around the support area here for the next run up. It's called the pullback strategy, and it's very profitable. The odds of it succeeding are very high. It fluctuates anywhere between 60% and 90%. So we'll just have to see how the morning goes, see how it works out. Never trade off my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed, and delays can cost you money. I'm also not a financial advisor. Don't take my words or my tools or anything I say or do on this live stream seriously until you have consulted a professional financial advisor to guide you through your investing strategies. This live stream is for entertainment purposes only. I'm here to teach you what I do. It may not work for you, but chances are it will. Now, I appreciate you joining my live stream this morning as we wait on volume spikes to start. What I mean by a volume spike, this number will start rising. And once it starts rising, I will click on it and check out the stock that's at play. You guys awake this morning? Can you hear me? Been a pretty tough week. Let's see if we can't get a play in this morning. Hopefully we'll have a winner. Yesterday we had 2 plays. Not very large, but they were plays. We're thankful for that. This week's been kind of slow, but we'll get through it. We have slow weeks. We have good weeks. When it's slow, we sit back and wait for a good stock to occur. We don't just create trades. We wait for the setup before we make a move. If you are new to investing, don't just jump in here because everything looks good. I could say something like, I'm going to get in here, and I could be wrong. So don't trust my words. Make sure that you understand what's going on the chart before you click that buy button. We have about 35 seconds to go. Make sure your chart is on EXT on your active trader so you don't miss a trade. All right, 10 seconds to go. All right, let's see which one's going to move, if any. I think we'll be blessed this morning. Something will happen. ONMD, that one's been popular for the last couple of weeks, making a small spike up. We do have green dominator bars. We are pointing slightly north here on these two lines. The volume is kind of sluggish, but at least it has volume. I like to see this number really moving. Looking like it's struggling to get higher. See if we can make it up to that 260, and we did immediately. Continuing to climb. We didn't get a pullback play on it. It was kind of sluggish from the start. We try not to chase green candles because sometimes you can get burnt by green candles, but at least this one's flying. You took your shot at it. You did good. Just be careful of the pullback here. That long line at the top is sellers selling out, taking their profits. Could be a reversal coming here. Not very much buyer got on this one. Kind of like it went up and right back down. Could have made 5 to 10 cents on it had you got in earlier. I did not attempt it. I don't like chasing green candles, and I suggest you don't as well. Holding at 260. We have another one moving up here, SMFL, spiking up, $6.85 for the high. Didn't get a pullback play on this one either. The pullback play should come up in here somewhere. As soon as this price starts pulling backwards, I will mark them out. I'm going to clear these lines for now. We played this stock before. That's what those lines were, but they were months ago. This one seems a lot stronger than the other one. The volume is looking pretty good. As soon as the stock price stops rising, I will put a resistance level for the pullback. Should see a red candle coming in. Unless the buyers are just too strong and don't let it drop and keep driving it up. Thank you, Silverado, and bless you too. New high 739, 44, 78, 50, 73. Nice run up for this one. Whenever they spike up like that, make sure you take some profit at the top of that candle before it starts dropping back down. Work your way out of a position when you're in it and it starts rising like this. Start taking your profits on the way up. We have a high of 773 so far. I'm not seeing a pullback yet. Still lots of buyers on board. Might have a pullback setting up here. Watch for a long wick on the bottom of this candle. Well, they're going to keep driving it up. It's pushing up there pretty good. Thank you, Lord, for this one. Lots of buyers on board. They will take profit, so be ready for that red candle to start coming in. About a 50-cent gain on this one if you chase the green candles. I did not chase them. I'm waiting on a pullback. But sometimes the temptation's there, and I'm guilty. I do chase them sometimes. Still looking good. Maybe some profit takers here for the pullback. I'll go ahead and mark the resistance level. Watch for a long wick on the bottom of this red candle. That means the buyers are buying up what they're selling, and they'll drive the price even higher. This red candle closes right here. I will mark the support level. That's where you want to plan your entry. But make sure you check these dominator bars before you get in on the support level. We want to see green bars. This candle's probably fixing to close. The buyers are keeping it up there pretty good. Long tail on the bottom of this red candle. It did close. There's a support level. Now we're waiting for the buyers to come in. This is where you would plan an entry, providing we break above that 735. Watching for tall green dominator bars. You don't take an entry yet. You want to see these bars growing. Looks like more profit takers, but we should pull back up to that 735 if they're going to drive it back up. Buyers coming in, tall green bar. Let's see if they can push it back up to 772. They're trying but slow, but we'll get there. Showing weakness. Just make sure if it goes in the wrong direction, you cut your losses very quickly. Move on to the next one. Don't hang on there for a recovery. Still staying above 735. Showing some weakness here. Pulling back up to 735. Looks like the buyer interest has faded away. Volume has slowed down on this stock. Hopefully they'll come back in and drive it up. There's that 772. If you're in this stock and held on through the little pullback, take your profits because of the weakness. Good job, Chad. Chad, you picked up over $1 a share on that one. Great job, buddy. We did push back through there. This is the pullback strategy. You got to have a little patience for it sometimes. This one was successful if you held on through the pullback. Still going up. Got a high of $8. I absolutely love doing this every morning, drinking coffee with you guys and making a few dollars. Doesn't get any better than this. Testing 772 as a support level now, since we are above it. There is a possibility it could pull up for a little more if the buyers come back in. This indicator's looking like it's going to turn up north again. It's not a guarantee. We need green bars coming in here for the buyers to come back in. All right, watching these volume spike numbers again. We want to see volume increases. We want to see these numbers changing while we're watching this one. We don't want to miss the next one. This one goes in your personal watch list now, SMFL. It's a mover for this morning. You want to add that to it. You don't want to leave these where you don't remember what they were, because at market open they could strike again. Looks like this one has found a resting spot around 770. Brian, are you a premium member? You should find it over in custom setup. I believe that's what it's called. Let me take a look real quick. It'll be in the premium section under current setup is the channel. You'll find that volume spike indicator there. Hey, Rick, sometimes it happens to some of us and not all of us. It just happens to be your turn, I guess. Sometimes I even have trouble getting out. If you had a large share size and you try to get out of it all at once, it may be reluctant to get you out. Good job, Profit. Hey, Rick, next time try to set it on like 500 and get out at 500 at a time. It makes it easier to get out. ASTS. Terry says, y'all are talking. You should be trading. And that is the truth. ASTS, low volume. Not a lot of buyers in this one. Volume kind of died off on ASTS. Continuing to watch these spike numbers for growth. Good job, Terry. Watching the volume spike numbers for growth. I'm going to check this one. This one's under $1, very low volume. Not interested at the moment. The numbers are changing. They are growing. ONMD. Snuck up without me seeing it. Going through a pullback currently. Let's see if it's a pullback or do the buyers come back in and push it up higher? Yes, they do. 282, 289, 290, 292. Still buyers are on board. Nice green dominator bars. This indicator is pointing north. Buyers pushing it up even higher, now 294. Showing a little weakness here. If you're in profit and you bought these green candles, you should be working your way out of this position. So when we're doing this each morning and you've been here for a while, you don't have to wait on me to look for volume spikes. You can click on any of these numbers and continue to watch that stock to see if it's going to go up for you. You could catch it earlier than I do. Keep in mind, I'm streaming, I'm trading, I'm talking, I'm doing support sometimes, all at the same time. I may miss something. So if you find one by clicking on these numbers, find one that you like, set up your trade on it. You don't have to follow right along with what I do. If you are familiar with the way this strategy works, go for it on your own. That's the whole point of me pulling these strategies up and showing you. So you can learn them and move off on your own. And hopefully join us on the premium side because you're so happy. But watch them all. Click on all of them. See which one is setting up. Set your play up. You may can catch one at the bottom and ride it all the way to the top. Got a pullback happening here on ONMD 282. Let's see if the buyers come in and push it back up. We are at a support level. Watching for green dominator bars to come in. I'm not liking this indicator pointing south, though. It's going to be a struggle getting up there when this happens. So if you watch these indicators, they can pretty much save you. It'll tell you when they're selling out or when they're buying it and they're moving upwards. This one's showing weakness, doesn't want to get back up there to 293. That's because this indicator's headed south. They're still trying to get it back up there to 293. Pullback strategy worked again. We're busting through 293 and riding on up. The buyers are coming in. Up to $3 now. Busted through $3 to 301. Take profits on these things as they're rising. Don't try to call the tops. Just get a slice of it. You don't need to get all of it. Just continue to get pieces here and there. Nice pullback play. That's 2 in a row for us. How about that? ONMD continuing to rise slowly. If you're not out of it and taking your profits, you should be working your way out of this position. Mario, you need to sell partials as it's rising to avoid that. Sell it pieces at a time. I usually break them in half and try half. You are very welcome, R. I don't know your full name. I only see the first letter. I wish Discord wouldn't do that to me. So not a bad Thursday start. If you notice, this is scalping. We are taking profits as the buyers come in. If you've never done scalping before, you have to be fairly quick on your decisions. You need fast confirmations. That's why I made these indicators, so you can make your mind up quicker and catch these bounces up off of pullbacks. If you're a brave soul and you buy these green candles, you could profit that way, but I've seen a lot of people get burned chasing green candles, so I don't suggest it. The way I like to trade is to trade these pullbacks and play the bounces up. They usually run up more than once, and that second run sometimes can be longer than the first run up. Down to 282 now. That's where it originally started on that first support level before the run up. Pulling down below it, this play is probably over. Continuing to watch the spike numbers for another play. The market hadn't been real good lately. We've only been getting 1 to 2 a day. This may be our 2. Hopefully the Lord will bless us with another one. But it's okay as long as we continue to make money in pre-market. I'm good with that. If you look down in your ThinkorSwim price ladder and you're trying to sell 1,000 shares, but everybody's only buying 10 or 20, that's probably going to be the reason you're having a hard time getting out. But if you break it down into smaller groups as it's rising and you're selling, and I know you want to hang on to all of it till it gets to where you want to get out, that's where you're going to make your most money. But this market has not been cooperating like that. So try to sell it in pieces on the way up. Plus, we have the recent merger with a lot of us on from TD Ameritrade to Schwab. I still think they have a few bugs to clear up. Amadeus, I do see your full name, and I'm glad you cleared that up for me. And thank you for that. Watching these percentages, they seem to have calmed down for the moment. Good job, Rich. Profit is profit. It doesn't matter how much. Stay green is the key. Also, if you're unfamiliar with pre-market, you have to submit limit orders. That's the only way you're going to get in and out of these stocks. So make sure you're buying the ask and selling the bid. That's the two buttons that I use. Good job, Sam. A lot of you making money this morning. That's really good sign, right? Sam, just make sure the next play you get into is absolutely a pull the trigger play. Just like the first one, if it goes wrong, get out immediately. Cut it at a $20 or $50 loss. Don't hang on for a recovery. Of course, you got to give it a little slack. Sometimes they dip down before they go back up. But just cut it quick. Good job, Mario. Looked like a dozen or so of you really capitalized on that last play. And it looks like it's time to sip coffee because the volume spikes are not moving. SMFL making another attempt. It's breaking through 772. Be careful here. This may not get any higher than that. It's retesting 772. This could just be a few investors saying, oh, it's going to run again. I'm going to take my chances. And then they bail because it drops back down. Don't be that guy. We want the first run up. Don't assume it's going to do it again. SMFL bumping the bottom of 772 again. If it breaks through 772, I want to see it turn around, come back down and test 772 before the bounce up. The reason I want to play it as a breakthrough is because we've already had the first initial run up. I want to see if the buyers come back in, and if there's more buyers interested at 772, they will drive it back up. So we're playing buyer movement. We're not just guessing if it's going to go through and keep going. We want to follow the buyers. We have not broken through 772. Barker, you need to figure out why it bit you. Were you late on your trade? Did you get a delayed reaction when you did click the mouse button? Figure out what you did wrong and correct it. Did you chase a green candle? There's many reasons why the play bit you a little. Good morning, Jimmy. Jimmy, you missed two plays this morning, two fairly good ones. This was one of them. Watching the volume spike numbers. I'm watching ASTS down here. It keeps popping in and popping out. Take a quick look at it. It is trending upwards over a period of time. It's looking really good. So this stock had several pullbacks. Don't know how many it will have. I don't know if I would trust it at this many pullbacks. There's one. Here's two. Here's three. We're currently up on our 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one. So if you would have just kept paying attention to this one stock, I think we played it earlier this morning. If you would have kept your eyes on it and followed it, maybe you have multiple monitors, you stick it over on another monitor and continue to watch it. And I also found out you can't have enough monitors. You can't watch them all. Just try to watch the good ones. If it's your first time here on YouTube, you can get these indicators by joining our Discord channel. You'll see the link up at the top of the chat window where you type in on YouTube. It's white and yellow. If you click that, you can join us over on Discord for the full 3.5 hours of doing this. This stream on YouTube only lasts an hour from 5:55 to 6:55. Then I continue over on Discord for the remainder of the period. Sometimes I stay on a little bit longer, hanging in there, hoping something else will happen. But we'd love to have you join us if you haven't done so yet. I guarantee you it's to your benefit if you do. Amadeus, I recently upgraded mine. I finally broke down. I saw the monitors on sale. Now I'm running a total of 8. And I have them all full. This is what it looks like. 8 27-inch monitors. That's what I'm looking at this morning so that I can keep up with everything. I only had 4 monitors, but 2 monitors were being taken up by Discord and YouTube, so that left me only 2. Amadeus, my desk is 7 foot long. I got 10 foot of monitors in here. I'm not running a laptop anymore. Laptop could not keep up with it. I'm on a tower with a very good system. You got to have the power to support that many monitors. I don't have to use a hub with this new computer that I built. Actually, my son ordered it for me and they built it. It had enough ports on the back for all the monitors. I was running a hub with the laptop. It worked out for 4 monitors, but it did not work out for 5 or 6. All right, watching these volume spike indicators, I haven't lost my focus, even though I am just babbling away. The numbers are not moving. That means coffee time. ASTS pushing up for new highs. Actually, it's not a new high yet. Probably needs to break this candle way back here. We'll go ahead and mark it out. Let's see where it's at. I'm going to move it down a little bit. It must be way up there somewhere. So it has plenty of room to run. This could be the breadwinner for today. ASTS, strong run up, nice angle, nice trend. While it's quiet, let's check where the SPY is this morning. See if it's going to mess up our day or improve our day. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. Let's zoom out. We are trending down on the SPY. Slightly up this morning. It could turn around and start running up, or it could go down either direction. We'll have to keep an eye on it and see where it heads. ASTS, I'll go ahead and mark that resistance level. Coming back down, retesting 990, maybe. Actually, it's testing $10. Pulling down to 993. Looks like our volume spikes have died out. ASTS pulling back down to 980. Watching ASTS here. I'm wanting this my blessing indicator to turn around. Watching for spikes in the columns. ONMD trying to push higher. So you should have SMFL, ASTS, and OMND in your personal watch list. ONMD trying to push higher. Not much moving at the moment. Not seeing any volume spikes at the moment. Hold up, I'm having ThinkorSwim issues. I don't know what it is. I can't even click my mouse right now. It's not letting me click on anything. Probably need to reboot ThinkorSwim. Still not working with the Alt tab. All right, YouTubers, appreciate you joining me this morning. I'm going to go ahead and reboot. That'll end this stream. Hopefully I can click the reboot button. I may have to do a hard reset, so we'll see how that goes. And Discord, I'll be back as soon as I can. Ah, figured it out. So is the sound better now? I think it was ThinkorSwim. I really do, because I seen it flicker and then it started working. All right, YouTube, I appreciate you joining me this morning. Come back again tomorrow morning. We'll do this one more time. If you haven't joined us on Discord, we'd love to have you on board. Hope you learned a little bit this morning. I hope you made a little bit of money. And as always, God bless. See you tomorrow.